Welcome. This is a presentation designed to provide some advice for parents about bereavement and loss, and it's created by GHLL staff Lucy and Fiona and EPS staff Melissa. This case study is based on some examples parents have sought support for. Each child or young person and their situation or circumstances will be different. This recording provides some general advice and top tips. However, more specific support may be required to help your child with referrals to relevant services or agencies. It's important to remember that the school staff are available and happy to help. Please do not be afraid to seek support from them. During the global pandemic, we have lost an older family member and have not been able to visit many close relatives due to the restrictions, who were regularly known to our daughter, who is 7. We were not able to visit our relative during their illness and hospital stay, so we had tried not to tell our daughter too much about the situation. Additionally, she has been frequently asking about her grandparents and other close relatives that we often saw and asked to see them, as she tells us she misses them very much. How can we support our daughter to cope with the restrictions and manage her loss?
So from a school point of view, would suggest that you make contact with the school and inform them of the bereavement. As a school, they will be able to make contact with Winston's Wish Bereavement Support, and they will be able to gain advice from this. School will also be able to recommend useful books and resources that could be read with your child to help them understand the concept of loss. Also, to build those connection with others, would suggest that perhaps arranging some FaceTime, Zoom sessions, or perhaps a phone call, an email, could be set up with family and friends. As a positive activity, your child can make crafts and gifts and or write letters, maybe even a memory box, put in positive memories about that relative into a box or something like that, that they can then get out when they're sort of feeling upset or need a positive boost. If your child asks questions, answer these in an age appropriate way and talk openly about that person who has passed, so they can be remembered in a very positive way.
From a GHLL point of view, Gloucestershire Healthy Living and Learning supports all primary schools and the teachers and staff within it. We have resources and training around emotional health and wellbeing, and particularly around the whole PSHE curriculum. The website is www.ghl.org.uk and has advice for parents and carers under the Family tab. So, as Lucy has previously mentioned, Winston's Wish, which is a local charity, and the PSHE organisation have developed specific bereavement lessons and PowerPoints for primary schools to use. So that this will be able to be addressed within class and within a session. There's lots of resources that schools use as well. One example is Zippy and Apple, which looks particularly at loss and bereavement in primary schools. And again, as Lucy has mentioned, there are books, and we often like to inform them as books on prescription, which is almost like a social prescribing, which actually helps children to understand loss and bereavement in a very age-appropriate way. Again, that list is available on the GHLL website.
Thank you both. From an educational psychology perspective, Lucy and Fiona have both talked about making sure that you are being honest and clear with age-appropriate vocabulary to help the young person understand, and using clear terminology to help them to avoid confusion. Allow this to be an opportunity for learning and empathy for your children, where you are able to safely and appropriately share some of your feelings to help them understand how others also feel, and to help to share ways to move forward together. Gain age-appropriate support from bereavement from the suitable charities and support within school and through pastoral support at school. Additionally, consider further referrals for supports if required, such as the GP, educational psychology, CAMS, or the advisory teaching service. Communicate with school staff to share this information and to gain support. They may be able to provide you with ideas and ways to support your child at home, and they will also be able to support your child at school. Make sure that they have opportunities to connect with their friends and family where possible, using technology if needed, to boost their connections and to build their sense of belonging, care and love. As Lucy also suggested, considering a memorial activity if appropriate. More advice can be gained through the bereavement websites or from pastoral staff at school.